What is going on, comic book community? Welcome to another episode of Josh's Comics. Today I am reviewing Darth Vader Omnibus Volume 2, I call it, which is pretty much Volume 2, but it's also Charles Soule's run on Darth Vader. So stay tuned on this episode of Josh's Comics to find out about this great, amazing omnibus. Hey guys, welcome back. Let's jump in today. We are talking about Charles Soule Omnibus of Darth Vader. Again, I just considered Darth Vader Volume 2, which it pretty much is. And it is a really great read. Great cover and more even better Star Wars Darth Vader stories. So let's look at the back, and I'm going to read to you what this contains. It contains Darth Vader 2017, issue number 1 through 25, and Darth Vader Annual number 2 by Charles Soule. So, the Jedi are defeated. The Emperor has the galaxy in his ruthless grip, but no enforced order. He needs his apprentice kept alive in a suit of black armor. The former Jedi Knight, Anakin Skywalker, is now more than machine than man. Darth Vader is consumed by anger, wrecked with pain, left with a stark choice: die at the hands of his master, or live fueled by the glory or by his agony and rage. If he is to hunt down, say, the last of the Jedi, Vader will need a weapon, deadly soldiers to command, and perhaps his own seat of power, but can face his demons once and for all and fully give himself to the dark side? That's a great question, but as we end up knowing, this is canon to Star Wars, so yeah, we pretty much have it answered, but it is definitely a great read. It's The Rise of the Dark Lord of Sith. Great cover in the back right there. Of course, let's take this off. So, you got the front and the back, and here, we're just going to open it up for a full view. Oh yeah. Looking great. I'm going to go ahead and move the stand out of here real quick. So, pretty much, again, small omnibus, but only 25 issues, yeah, but still some great material in here, guys. I'm going to do this a bit differently. I'm going to open this up. So, pretty much you see the Chosen One, and the thing I love about these Vader comics is we will get flashbacks. First of all, they always do the opening like the original Star Wars. But then we get flashbacks of like Episode 3, Episode 2, Episode 1. Vader when he's crushing everything when he finds out Padme died. And honestly, it's a great story, and that's pretty much where it sets off. And this actually, Charles Soule's run, if I'm not mistaken, has the Darth Vader castle. You get to see the origin behind his castle and find out that an actual Sith built it. And I mean, great artwork again. Great Vader cover. Again, Vader has some of the most badass covers, I'll keep saying that. And when you Star Wars fans, I think, would really love this stuff. There's Vader, just being badass as always, doing his own little thing. Hunting down everybody. I believe Dr. Alpha shows up in this. Right? Oh no, she showed up in Volume 1 in Gillen's run. So, pretty much, like, here's some of the Vader castle stuff. You actually get his, the Inquisitor, I believe his name was, shows up in here. That's actually a good scene. There's Obi-Wan in there, and it's kind of like him reliving Episode 3. So yeah, I mean, it's honestly, it's Star Wars. If you love Star Wars, you would love this. He's actually, I believe, I forget what sister it is, but one of the sisters, ninth or tenth sister, I actually believe she gets killed in Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So, let's see. Yep. So they introduced the again. I think it's the Inquisitor who showed up like in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Find out about that, and pretty much what's happening is they're coming in and they're kind of taking over. And Vader is kind of he's trying to prove himself to the Emperor, and you find out that even though he's the Emperor's apprentice, the Emperor is pretty much just telling him, hey, if you can't do what I think you can do and set out to do and destroy the galaxy and take shit over, I'm going to find somebody else and get you out of there. And that's a great thing about this. And you find out Anakin returns to the Jedi Temple. Yeah, here we go. The Chosen One, number 6. So Anakin returns to the Jedi Temple. Some great stuff. See right up here. The Inquisitor used to actually be a Jedi and stuff, and then him and Vader end up clashing, and eventually, it's almost like he's obviously trying to take Vader's spot. And but no, Vader beats him down, and then he finds all of the sisters and everything as well. They are all like, "Hey, we're better than you." Vader is like, "Nah, no, you're not," which is true. And pretty much the Emperor is just like playing both sides. But Vader eventually wins, and he becomes who he becomes, badass. So in here you have this, I forget her name, but you have this character. She is the librarian. Actually, in episode 3, you'll see her. I think it's in episode 3 and 2. Obi-Wan asked for her to see the archives for a planet in Attack of the Clones. I think she's in episode 3 as well. But she's a librarian, and she is still going to the temple, and she's trying to gather the artifacts. She's trying to gather stuff to to continue the order. And it is the next panel. We'll see. Oh no, okay. So he ends up eventually sacrificing herself in here, which really sucks. And if I'm not mistaken, like she turns out not only a librarian, but I mean, obviously she's a Jedi too, I guess you would think. But she's just so bad at. She ends up taking on the Inquisitor, the Grand Inquisitor, I guess you can call him, and taking him on, man. And I obviously you know what's gonna happen. So this is what happens: is Vader ends up stopping him from striking her down. I guess. There's still a part of him. There's still a part of Anakin in there, but he actually needs her because he's trying to find. She has a thing that can show other Jedi or Force-sensitive children, and Vader wants to find the Force-sensitive children. Whether he wants to take them back and train them himself as younger apprentices or kills them, but he needs to try to keep her alive. That does not happen. Stuff never works out for Vader. And, so she pretty much, she goes after Vader, and she's gonna make a last stand. Wow, man, this is really good stuff. Oh, okay. And she knows this is good. That's a bit of a spoiler. Up here on the top, she says, "You idiots! You don't even know. You know you're taking orders from a Jedi, from Anakin Skywalker. Nobody else knows. You know, obviously they don't want to know. They don't want them knowing he's Anakin. So so what does Vader do? He fucking kills everybody. He kicks all the dudes out, and he's like, yeah, you know, they know who's Anakin. Like, people are gonna question that because he's a Jedi, technically, right? And she's having fun with that, and she knows that, and she pretty much says that, like, hey, I'm gonna tell everybody you keep me around. Yeah, so pretty much what happens is Vader strikes her down, and now she's been collecting holograms in Jedi Archive. And look who shows up. Technically, Luke shows up, and he finds out, you know, that's his way of finding out about the Force. You find that more in the Jason Aaron run. Here's the problem. Now, the movies we got, obviously, you know, 30, 40 years ago, nobody thought about this. So, reading the comics, it's like, you do have to believe in your mind that, okay, during episode, you know, 4, 5, and 6, between episodes, Vader and Luke had a match. They met up, crossed paths. Luke was finding other artifacts, and there was the other stories going on. And some of that stuff is really big and really important. But you just gotta try to figure it in your mind and stuff. And so I'm happy with Marvel Star Wars. And, I mean, like I said, Castle Vader. Oh, that was a good shot. Like, you know, here's all the Jedi. And it's great seeing Anakin sometimes show up. And pretty much he puts on this mask. Again, as a Sith, you know, has been dead for a long time and takes over. But yeah, the story, it goes in and out, and it's just continuing Darth Vader's storyline. And this is right after, I think, episode 3. I'm just gonna go back to some of the cartoon, and then of course we hit like some of the cover art. Yeah, I gotta find a better way to display the Omnibus because this is pain in the ass. Okay, so we got some original art in the back, some great covers, guys. Like I said, Darth Vader has some of the most badass covers I consider of all time in comic book format. I mean, I don't care what character it is. I mean, some of these are just really great and amazing. And there's still other variants out there. The action figure variants are always fun to find, especially when you're not looking for comics. You know, that's a cool one. The Vader helmet going on. So yeah, guys, that's my review for Darth Vader by Charles Soule. I mean, it literally picks up right after episode 3, and you know, he's questioning, obviously, if he made the right choice, but he's also, you see throughout the issues that he's in pain, he's suffering, and he doesn't, you know, there's times where he just wants to give up. You'll see Padme show up. You'll see flashbacks to the movies. And that's always fun to see that and them weave that into the story. And you get more lore on Darth Vader. I mean, the thing about Vader here is, you know, from episode 4, 5, and 6, you know, really that's all we have of him. I'm waiting, you know, with Obi-Wan Kenobi show that came out, I'm waiting for them to do a Darth Vader show. Or even a movie. I mean, they can do a movie too, but give me a Darth Vader from, like, Rogue One, right? Remember at the end of Rogue One when he's this badass, that last minute, he's going down, just going all out on everybody? I want that in live action again, but I want it longer than a minute. Give me a Vader based off of the Vader storylines. Bring back Hayden to be Vader. I don't care. But have do a Vader TV show. Have him going out through the galaxy and tell some of these stories and show the conflict that he's still going through sometimes. And him just being a complete badass and just mowing down people using the Force. I think it would be great. I know people are like, we don't need to really see it. I would love it. That's just my opinion, but yeah. So that is it for the Omnibus review of Darth Vader Volume 2. Greg Pak's run still is going. I've picked up a few issues myself, and I've read them, and I can't wait for the full run on that to be Omnibus. That's probably well, he's in issue number 31 or 32 now, so it's a little bit longer than these. I don't know when he plans on ending it, but I'm looking forward to his Omni when that comes out. That's going to be a good read. And yeah, don't know what the next Omni review will be. Obviously, we'll see what happens in the next couple weeks, but this is a good pickup. Volume 2 of Star Wars by Charles Soule. I highly recommend it. And that is it for today's haul, or today's review. Do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe button. Leave a comment, let me know if you've read any of the single issues, or if you read the Omni of this and you enjoyed it, and if you enjoy Star Wars in general. Yeah. And as always, you guys stay safe, take care of each other, and we will see you guys in the next episode of Josh's Comics.